with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Good Tuesday morning. I'm Mark Soliday. Thanks for jumping on Facebook Live as we get you a mid-morning check of some of the stories we are following here at Erie News Now. When we begin with President Joe Biden's efforts to deal with rising gasoline prices. This morning, the president's ordered 50 million barrels of oil to be released from the nation's strategic oil reserve, all to help bring down energy costs, at least in theory. The White House says it's all being done in coordination with other major energy-consuming nations. That list includes China, India, and the United Kingdom. The move is aimed at global energy markets, but also at voters dealing with rising prices ahead of Thanksgiving and winter holiday travel. Now, nationwide, gas prices are averaging about $3.40 a gallon. It's about $3.65 here at home. But overall, gas prices are more than 50% higher than they were a year ago, according to AAA. White House officials say just the reports of the possibility of a move releasing this oil from the strategic reserve caused oil prices to go down nearly 10%, just in anticipation. Now, the government's expected to start moving those barrels of oil into the market by mid to late December. And of course, Thanksgiving now is just 2 days away. With rising COVID numbers, is it a good idea to go visit your family in person? Sit down at that Thanksgiving dinner table? Or what about the possibility of getting a booster shot for some added protection? Erie News Now's Elena Jonathan catches up with Dr. Becky Dawson for some answers.
COVID cases are the highest they've been since last year's holiday surge. With Thanksgiving around the corner, epidemiologist Dr. Becky Dawson says there's a lot to consider this holiday season.
If everyone is fully vaccinated that's getting together, that's a really different situation.
She says this year it'll be a case-by-case basis whether you should gather with extended family.
I think each family really does need to look at who's the most vulnerable, how many people are vaccinated.
If you're looking to squeeze your booster shot in before Thanksgiving, Dr. Dawson says it's best to schedule it for after the holiday.
You won't have time to build that extra immune response the day, two before Thanksgiving.
Dawson says it's really up to families what they're most comfortable with this year. But monitoring how you feel, she says, is most important so no one is sick going into the holiday season.
If somebody wakes up on Thanksgiving morning and does not feel well, they should not attend Thanksgiving dinner, period.
Elena Jonathan reporting there. Some news out of Warren County this morning. According to a report in the Warren Times-Observer, that federal lawsuit over the Warren County School District's face mask policy just looks like it's going to be dismissed. That lawsuit was filed by a group of Warren County parents several weeks ago. Now, they had claimed in that lawsuit that the Warren School District's policy earlier this year of letting students get out of wearing a mask in class without a valid excuse was a violation of Governor Tom Wolf's administration's mask mandate for schools. Well, a federal judge then issued a temporary restraining order that required Warren schools to get their face mask policy in line with the state's. And according to a report in the Warren Times-Observer newspaper this morning, the Warren School Board approved a consent order at their meeting last night, basically agreeing to stick with the state's mask rules and also basically bringing the whole lawsuit to an end. Those suing families are still looking for the Warren District to pay their legal fees. In Crawford County, leaders of the Pencrest School District say they're going to end their mask mandate by the end of next week, December 4th, the exact date, according to a letter sent out by the Pencrest District Superintendent. That's about a month ahead of Governor Tom Wolf's timeline for removing that mask mandate. And this move comes after last week's ruling from a Pennsylvania judge. The state mandate, according to that ruling, the one that requires those masks for schools and child care facilities, must expire as of December 4th. That's a week from Saturday, basically saying that the acting state health secretary didn't have the authority to impose that rule. Pencrest district leaders say while they're lifting the mandate as of December 4th, they're going to still strongly recommend anyone who's not vaccinated wear a mask within their school buildings. And the Pencrest school district leaders say they're still required to investigate and contact trace those COVID cases within their buildings. Also this morning, the city of Waukesha, Wisconsin, still mourning the deaths of those 5 people killed by an SUV that rolled through their holiday parade over the weekend. This morning, we're learning the suspected driver was recently let out on bail in connection with another criminal case. He is 39-year-old Daryl Brooks, going to go in front of a judge for the first time in connection to that Waukesha incident today. He's facing 5 counts of intentional homicide, all connected to that Christmas parade, those 5 people killed. Last night, the folks in Waukesha, Wisconsin remembered those victims. 4 were actually part of a performing group known as the Dancing Grannies. At least 48 others injured in this Waukesha parade incident. Also this morning, some new video showing that suspect Brooks, prior to his arrest, This is all coming from a Ring doorbell camera. He is telling the resident lives inside this home that he's waiting for an Uber. Again, all caught on this Ring doorbell camera. Police say Brooks had been involved in a domestic incident moments before he was seen at this doorbell camera, and then moments before he intentionally drove into that parade. Investigators say Brooks has a criminal record that dates back more than 2 decades, including 3 felony gun charges from just last year. Meantime, in Georgia, the jury is set to hear from the prosecution one final time today before they start deliberating in the trial for those 3 men accused in the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery from last year. Those 3 are Travis McMichael, his father Greg, as well as a neighbor, William Bryant. They've all pled not guilty. The defense claims that the trio suspected Arbery of burglarizing some homes under construction there, and those 3 say they were just trying to make a citizen's arrest before that deadly gunfire. The prosecution says those 3 were the aggressors who chased down an unarmed Arbery. Closing arguments set for this Tuesday, and that'll be followed up by those jury deliberations. And here at Erie News Now, we are continuing to make it a mission to help you navigate your way safely through this year's holiday rush, maybe save you some time and money along the way. 3 days away from that traditional Black Friday shopping rush. So yeah, lots of folks are gearing up to hit the stores. But if you plan on doing some of that holiday shopping online this year, experts say you just need to avoid a few simple mistakes. Last year, a lot of shoppers stayed away from those in-person stores and turned to the internet, with online sales for just November topping $100 billion last year for the first time. Erie News Now reached out to the owner of a business called Tech Nuts, Justin Heacock. He says one of the easiest ways to fight hacking this time of year, shopping online, is just not to use that debit card.
Credit cards have built-in fraud protection, and the debit cards have instant direct access to your checking account, and once that money's gone, depending on how they access it, especially if they get your PIN number, then that money's gone. Credit cards have better fraud protection.
Now, as far as the in-person shoppers go, the Mill Creek Mall is going to be opening up on 6 o'clock in the morning, Black Friday morning. They will be open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. And David Walter checking out the live images from Warren this morning. Looks a little less wintry than it did just a couple of hours ago.
Yeah, we're certainly still watching a snow band out there, just not in this picture right now. But you can see a decent coating of snow out there in Warren. We did have some tough travel conditions this morning, and we are still going to continue with that chance for maybe a little bit of extra snow as this little snow band kind of wobbles around. It could start retreating more. It will start to retreat more to the north as we get into the afternoon. Here's a look outside with our Mill Creek Mall cam, and you can see the grass is green. Didn't really have much more than just a few snow pellets this morning. 36 degrees. Feels like 27 with that northwest wind at 9 miles per hour. Here's a look at Doppler Max. Some snow showers pushing on through Crawford County, southern Erie County, out there towards Edinburgh, but it's been this band of snow that continues to move on through places like Westfield, all the way down just outside of Jamestown. They've picked up some decent accumulations along a 394, this route here in western New York. And we're also noticing that, yeah, the snow's around Mayville. Mayville averages about 200 inches of snow per year. So they are certainly seeing some pretty heavy snow right now in Chautauqua County. For us, over the next couple of hours, the snow showers dwindling, and we'll see just maybe a few leftover flakes as we get into the early evening hours. Looking ahead to your Wednesday, we'll clear out those skies tonight. Temperatures will certainly be on the cold side. High clouds will advance on in advance of our next storm system, which is due in on Thanksgiving. We are expecting areas of showers to start coming in during the morning hours, maybe kind of dry for the turkey trots, which obviously is early in the morning. And then as we get into the afternoon, that's when the showers will become a little bit more prevalent. Temperatures right now, we are in the lower and middle 30s out there, 36 in Erie, 31 in Meadville, 31 in Oil City, 29 back into Bradford. And of course, a lot of folks are traveling the next couple of days. Wednesday, as we take off, you'll notice that warmer air in the south, but we got colder stuff in Colorado and back towards the Rocky Mountain West. That cold front will eventually bring us the rain that we're expecting on Thursday. Temperatures will be in the middle 40s, so it's going to be mild enough to just keep it liquid out there. We're not talking about any sort of snow until we possibly get into your Friday. Your forecast for today, a lot of clouds around, a little bit of sunshine as we advance through the afternoon. Temperatures into the middle and upper 30s. Into Crawford County, we'll have limited sunshine today. lower in middle 30s out there. And into Warren County we go, temperatures in the middle 30s and maybe a few lingering snowflakes as we advance through the afternoon, but we're still seeing some of that snow out there this morning. We'll talk more about the next couple of days. We'll cover the weekend for you in a few moments.
As we head towards Black Friday, here's an idea perhaps for the hard-to-buy for person on your Christmas list. Jewelry makers Tiffany & Company, they have unveiled what they're calling the most expensive piece of jewelry ever. It could be yours for a mere 20 million bucks. They call it the World's Fair necklace, just unveiled over in Dubai. We're talking 180 carats set in platinum. The centerpiece itself is an 80 carat oval, flawless D-color Empire diamond. They say it was ethically sourced in Botswana, cut and polished in Israel, and then set in Tiffany's workshop right in New York City. Now, Tiffany's has yet to put a price tag on this necklace, but folks in the know, industry experts say it's valued at somewhere between $20 and $30 million. Yikes. All right, a man in Australia cited for driving without a license, but you got to take a look at what he was driving. No steering wheel, so to speak, in this one. It was more like handlebars, because he was busted basically driving a motorized cooler. Cops stopped this 25-year-old on a motorized cooler. Yeah, it was just going right down the sidewalk. Police actually posted these photos of this cooler on the go on their Facebook page. Yeah, it's just a metal platform, 4 wheels, does have an engine and those handlebars. Police also shared a photo of the whole thing loaded onto the back of a tow truck. They noted that the cooler was impounded for 30 days and the man who was driving it was actually cited for driving without a license. The cooler, yeah, considered a vehicle by these officers, all because of its size and the engine's capacity. Strange stuff right there. All right, we've got cold stuff out the door this morning.
It seems like all our weird stories are from either Australia or Florida.
I would agree.
Sometimes California too. Hey, we're not dealing with any of that warm stuff that those locations often see. We've got the feel like temperatures down there in the 20s and 30s. Only feels like 20 in Bradford. Bundle up as you're heading out this afternoon. Now we do take a break from the active weather tomorrow. 48 degrees. Clouds will be on the increase as we get into the afternoon. It's going to be a pretty cold start. We'll make about a 20-degree turn from 28 in the morning to 48 in the afternoon. Turkey Day itself, showers on the increase, especially as we do get you into the afternoon. By the time we head into Friday, Black Friday, that's when we will have some lake effect snow. We could have some accumulation, certainly could impact those travel plans if you are planning to grab that deal at one of your favorite stores this weekend. Still a few more snow showers around. Temperatures only in the middle and upper 30s.
Our next full report comes your way at noon on WSEE, and we'll be back at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning for that Wednesday edition of Erie News Now Sunrise. We'll see you then.